And we are back for 2020-2021. I did not think we were going to be still working from home, but here we are, and this should be good. So, our first video back is place value basics. So, let's just go over place value, what it is, and all right, let's just get started. All right, so that is a 6, obviously, right? So this, just a number, okay, a one-digit number, 6. This is in the ones place, okay? So this is the ones place, right? So ones. Now, after a a one-digit number, there is an invisible decimal right here. Okay, so if I start writing numbers over here, that will be a decimal. Okay, so this is the ones. Then there's a decimal here. Now you don't have to write the decimal unless there are numbers after the decimal. But just so you know, there is an invisible decimal here. Okay? So here's the ones. Then if we put another number here, 8. This is the tens. Okay. The third number after is the hundreds. I'm just going to write hun. Okay. Fourth number after, let's just do a 5. This is the thousands. Okay. This is now the best thing to do also is you want to put a comma after the thousands, right? And then a comma goes every 3 numbers. So it'll go ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, then 10,000s, 100,000s, comma, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, comma, billions, 10 billions, 100 billions, comma, trillions, 10 trillions, 100 trillions, comma. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know what's after trillion. It's kind of irrelevant because it's very rare that you would work with the numbers. But let's just keep going over here. So this would be 10,000, right? And this would be 100,000. And this would be million. You'd put a comma here, and as I said, comma goes every 3 numbers. So this is million, and then 10 million, 100 million, billion. As I said, you could just keep going, right? But basically, so this is what place value each of these numbers are in. Okay. So now, what is the value of this one? This 7 right here, okay, is the value of it is just 7 million, okay? If they ask you what the value of a specific number or a specific digit in the number is, this value will just be that number and then the rest of them zeros, right? That's the only that's basically the value of this. This is just worth 7 million. This is worth 400,000. This is worth 30,000. This is worth 5,000. This is worth 700. This is worth 80. This is worth 6. I think I got all of those right. So that's what it's worth. And the trick is, if there's a question, what is the value of, let's say, the 5 here? All you do is the value is 5,000 because it's in the 5,000. It's in 5,000. But you can just right below the number, you can just put the 5 here, and then switch the rest of these to zeros, and that's the value of it, 5,000, just like I said, right? So I could do the same with the 3 and the 10,000, and that's worth 30,000, right? And it's exactly the same, right? So I just did that, and then switched these 4 numbers to zeros, brought the 3 down. So that's what each of these numbers are worth. Okay? So it's not too hard. Now, another question that you'll get is 7 million, okay? And then, you know, you could say, how many times bigger is this 7 than this 7? And basically, all you would do in this case is we know this one's worth 7 million. This one is worth 700, right? It's in the hundreds place. 7 and then 2 zeros, so 700. And then all we would need to do is just count how many more zeros 7 million has than 700. So, it is how many times bigger? Well, this one has 2 zeros, so I could basically just cross these out and see how many zeros this one has. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that means that this would be 10,000, which it's just a 1, with 4 zeros after. And so it is 10,000 times greater than 700. And I know that because if I multiply these numbers together, right, all I'm doing is I would do 7 times 1 is 7, and then I would just add all of these zeros, and it should add up to 7 million, right? So 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be 6 zeros after, which is 7 million. Okay? So that is basically place value basics. That is what you will come across a lot of the time.